Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, back to another episode of In the Eyes of Truth, the English edition. Back with us is our friend Rafael Orduhanyan. For those who don't know him, and you should by now because he's been on this program a couple times. So shame on you if you haven't watched them all. Go back on the archive. You can you can watch them either on the Telegram channel or archived.
Hey there, entrepreneurs. Are you feeling the squeeze from increasing regulations and higher taxes? Maybe you've noticed the growing instability and thought there has to be a better way. Well, you're not alone, and that's exactly why you need to consider offshoring your wealth now. Imagine a life where your hard-earned money isn't constantly under threat from unpredictable government policies. Sounds pretty good, right? Let me tell you. It's not just a dream, it's a smart strategy. Here at Exit Strategy, we specialize in helping entrepreneurs like you protect and grow their wealth. We navigate the complex world of international finance so you don't have to, from setting up offshore accounts to advising on the best countries with favorable tax laws. We've got you covered. Now, I know what you're thinking. Offshoring sounds risky, maybe even a bit shady, but the truth is many savvy business owners are already doing it. It's not just about dodging taxes, it's about creating a safety net for your future. Imagine diversifying your assets across multiple jurisdictions. When one country faces economic downturns, your wealth remains secure. Think of it as an insurance policy against the uncertainties of life. And let's not forget, having a portion of your wealth offshore can open up opportunities for international investments. You're no longer limited by the economic climate of a single country. You can tap into booming markets around the world, maximizing your returns. But here's the kicker. Time is of the essence. With increasing global scrutiny and tightening regulations, the window for easy offshoring is closing fast. The sooner you act, the better positioned you'll be. So why wait? Protect your wealth, secure your future, and explore new opportunities with Exit Strategy. Don't let the rising dangers in the US economy catch you off guard. Reach out to us today and take the first step towards financial freedom. Because when it comes to your wealth, playing it safe is the riskiest move of all. Thanks for watching, and remember, your future starts with the decisions you make today. Choose wisely, choose Exit Strategy. Catch you in the next video.
Or you can go into YouTube. Most of them are on there. Thankfully, they haven't didn't get taken down or anything. Um, the Raphael, back to the subject. Raphael lived in America for what, 14 years?
14, yeah.
14. He's got a degree from the U.S. Worked there as a journalist. Traveled all over. Probably traveled more than I've traveled, and I lived there for 27 years. So, welcome, Raphael. Welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while.
Thank you, thank you. Best regards to our English-speaking friends. Hopefully, we'll get and we'll provide them very useful, informative information, if I may say so. Yes, and hopefully they will hear some alternative opinions regarding issues because I think we're all desperate to know about how things going on, what's going on right now, because it's really challenging and I think very, very actually dangerous moment of
Oh yeah.
not only our relationships but the general in the world, because we are talking about Third World War, Stas, and we're talking about this like it's like it's a Super Cup, a Super Bowl game, just by the way, between beers, yes.
Oh
That's
yeah.
ridiculous. Yes, that's ridiculous.
I mean, for those who don't quite understand what just happened. I mean, as far as a Ukrainian victory, they took out about five TUs. Questionable how many are fully destroyed, how many can be repaired. Out of 58 that Russia has, about that many. So as far as actual material damage, it's not that big. But, but the reason those planes are out in the open is because of START 3. This is the only nuclear non-proliferation treaty left. And part of that treaty is that all the strategic bombers have to be out in the open, not in hangars, out in the open, so the satellites that passed over can count them, take images, and they can be counted in live in a live format, basically, because it's within seconds well, I don't know how fast
Yeah.
they count them, but so Ukraine hit that with American satellite data, CIA, that destroys the last that destroys the last non-proliferation treaties we have left.
Yes. Yes, and this is actually, this is the point what I really worry about because this is the dilemma which we have right now in Russia here. Yes, to respond or not to respond. Oh, it's like Hamlet style, to be or not to be. In our
Well
case, to
put.
beat, to hit or not to hit. This is the point actually. But it's really, I don't think that these people, and I'm not talking about Ukrainians, they just tools. It's nothing. Yes, and I'm talking about London, I'm talking about Washington. And this is actually, these people absolutely don't take to their consideration the consequences of all this stuff. Because, and I'll explain why. The pressure from within, from inside on Putin and his colleagues, so big, so high, because we really, I mean, just all of us,
Oh
we
yeah.
want revenge. Yes, we want to respond because, listen, this is not the way how we want our country to be treated. And I remember 90s when I used to be in America. I remember how it was, the time. It was,
Hmm.
just like Russia doesn't exist. It was
Yep.
it's finished, done. It's only America. That's it. Yes. So now it's kind of a different situation, but same approaches. Yes, they really don't care what's going on, and this
Hmm.
is actually a huge and big mistake. Because, like I said, it's not about even them right now. It's not about Stammer this with his stupid remarks regarding his ability and his willingness to fight with the Baltic republics, with whom I don't know, Polish maybe. No, Polish actually good right now. They got nationalistic guy. He doesn't want to do anything. Yes.
Wait,
So,
wait a
but
minute, wait a minute. Excuse me. Stormer has a problem beating off. Oh, okay, bad, probably choice of words. Three
what are you
Ukrainian
talking
gay
about? This is
models.
this is this is the greatest. This is the greatest country in the world with great royal fleet with all kind of. Sorry, it was 200 years ago. Yeah, yeah.
You're thinking World
Sorry.
War One. I think that World War
Yes,
Two was the
yes,
end of
yes.
that.
I confused. Yes, I confused it. Yes, 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 yes. Sorry,
It's,
sorry. Yeah.
it's not
Yes,
the Queen of the Sea. It's the old ant in the attic of the sea.
yes, 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 yes. So this is actually, but the point is right now that the pressure from within right now
Yeah,
inside is very high, and one way or another, Putin must respond to all these things.
absolutely.
And I'm not sure that what he's going to do. I'm not sure that people in London and Washington they're going to like it. And actually, I'm not surprised for this. And enough is enough. I mean, just that's amazing how far we already went with all these issues. And I really just it's like admire with minus with Putin, ability and he is actually patient to all this stuff. I mean, just I don't know, not one person in our government who could tolerate for such a long period of time. You really should spend, and kind of, toughen yourself in KGB, just to tolerate all the things and to wait when to strike. Yes, and it's just matter of time. And like I said, it must be done. Must be done because it's already intolerable from our side, from the people's side, not from Putin or somebody else. We want our country to show the strength and power and force to protect ourselves. This is all these railway, terroristic acts with 5 people dead. Listen, I'm going, I drive, I go somewhere, with my family, and what? Are we all under the pressure of all the things? No. Mr. President, please, destroy it. So, like, remember the Reagan said, Mr. Gorbachev, destroy the Berlin Wall. Now we're saying, Mr. Putin, destroy this danger and this, all these people who want to kill us. It's very simple. It's us or them, and that's it.
Yep. And you know what amazes me? And I don't think they actually comprehend. If Russia really wanted to decapitate the US and the UK and France, the three nuclear powers, Russia could decapitate them within 3 minutes.
Absolutely.
That's what it would take from about 250 kilometers outside of the U.S. to launch nuclear-tipped hypersonic missiles. Washington would have 3 minutes to respond if they even picked up the launch fast enough. They can't stop them. They'd have 3 minutes to say to try to launch counter missiles or just kiss your ass goodbye if you can reach that far. Uh, you know that's or kiss your buddy's ass goodbye because in 3 minutes, there is no Washington, D.C. In 3 minutes, there's no Mount Weather. In 3 minutes, there is no New York. In 3 minutes, there's no London or
Yes,
Paris.
but no, but something tells me that it will be just a different order. It will be first London, that's for sure, and maybe then it could be Washington or something else. But this is exactly, Stas, you're absolutely right pointing this issue. These people just don't understand. It's not the matter of our ability. It's all about our wish and our, decision.
Yeah,
It's not that we can do this anytime. And you're absolutely right. It will take three, maybe four, maybe 3.5, maybe 6 minutes to do the job. And living in this delusion, no, Russia not going to do this because they don't have enough, political will to do this. This is so stupid. I mean, it's really stupid. And like I said, it's not about even putting decisions because putting under pressure from the people,
yeah,
because we really want to live in safe world and we want to finish. Listen, we want our enemy to be killed. That's it. It's very simple. Why? Because they kill us.
yeah,
American weapons, English, German weapons, they kill Russian people. And I'm not, Stats, I'm not talking even about soldiers right now. It's a war, I understand. I'm talking about civilians.
yeah.
You know, I don't. I think it's all these terroristic acts against our military military airfields. There. This is kind of combat operation, and you, like an officer, you understand it. This is our intelligence and our special forces. They sucked. I mean, just let's face it. Let's face it, because this is such kind of operation under, just as I don't think it wasn't the brain surgery, to guess what's going on right now. Yes, but I'm talking about civilian people from this railway, from these trains. Yes, they died. 5 month old, girl. She's right now. I think it's no, I even don't want to,
So,
emphasize this.
the
This
seven
is
dead,
my point.
66 injured.
Yes, and including, just what kind of, blowing the train, passenger train, what the hell you were thinking about? I understand airfield, I understand Tupolev 95, where I understand it, yes, even though this is kind of dangerous game, yes, but what's wrong with people, civilians, This
Wait a
is the
minute,
point,
wait a
and
minute.
you
Raphael, sorry to interrupt this, but do you not remember the videos that were coming out of Ukraine before the SMO started, where they were making cakes that were shaped like little Russian babies? They were eating babies,
absolutely,
or they were
yes.
making kasha
Yes,
with
yes, yes, yes,
meat
yes, Stas.
tushonka, which is usually beef, and they're labeling it Russian babies and all that.
Yes,
These are
yes.
these are animals. These aren't human beings anymore. These are just freaking animals that do something like
Yes, I
that.
understand, but this is the whole point, Stas. Unfortunately, we behave ourselves and we actually doing kind of business with these animals instead of just to destroy them because this is the only
Yeah.
way. And we shouldn't listen all this, Europeans bullshit about democracy and freedom, whatever they want to say. We know what we are going to do. We know with whom we are dealing right now. And let's forget about these bastards there because they'll never listen. Such a things happen with it was terroristic act with trade. Have you seen anything even
Oh,
kind of, condolences, maybe sorrows about this from anybody. I mean, just not a single word of sympathy to the people. Once
well,
again, this is
uh,
not about military. It's about civilians who died in these terroristic acts. Never. And it was not 20 years ago, and it wasn't 25 years ago during Chechnya conflict. They never worried about this because speaking about Russia, everything possible, everything admissible for them, and this is how these people treat. This is second kind of people for them. Okay, you treat us like this, we're gonna treat you like animals, guys. It means if you bite, we'll kill you, and this is the way.
yeah.
Unfortunately, this is the consequences, and it's just a matter of time, guys. It's just a matter of time.
Well, I'll say this. Um, Rubio expressed, it was reported anyways,
Yes, yes, yes,
expressed
yes,
his
yes.
condolences. The guy that probably knew, well, he probably knew about it. Did Trump know about it? And if Trump didn't know about it, what does that say about Trump and his administration?
I really worry about our guy. I really worry about our guy. He is kind of desperate right now. I just I just this morning I spoke with our friend Dmitry Kulikov on Vesti FM on
Oh,
Solovyov Live. Yes, and we were talking about this him right now. I mean, it's amazingly, but this is kind of emphasizing the situation. It's kind of a lot of similarities with the Trump situation and Putin's situation, because both of them under pressure from within, from inside,
hmm.
you know. And
Oh,
this is
absolutely.
actually part, yes. And this is how Americans call pressure. Some guys can tolerate it, can resist the pressure, and we see Putin definitely, unfortunately, too long. He's keeping this one. Yes, looks like Trump. He has his limits, and look like he is already kind of exhausted already with all this stuff because he really, I think that he doesn't know what to do. And speaking about this stuff, analyzing him, and exactly, Dmitry asked me about what Trump gonna do if we hit, for example, London or no start, confront these guys. They want to fight with us, yes, all of them. And okay, guys, let's do this. We got good
Oh,
history, especially with Germany. And this is actually exactly.
yeah. And France. We got a real good history. Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. And this is actually the way we spoke about this one. And I told to Dmitry, I said, the problem is that it's absolutely impossible to analyze. Why? Because it's so difficult to predict how America is going to react. And you know why? It's not because we don't know, we don't have enough sources. America doesn't know how it's going to
They've got no
respond.
strategy. They have no strategy whatsoever. They have no clue of a strategy.
Absolutely.
They're winging it. They know they want Russia dead, destroyed, dismembered, genocided, and they want all the resources. That they know. And
Yeah.
you ever seen that Far Side cartoon where a physicist has got the whole chalkboard full of equations, then he has plus a miracle happens written on there
Yes.
equals the answer. Well, that's
Yes.
the
Yes.
American elite. We got all
Yeah.
this figured out what we want to do with Russia. We have no idea how to do it, but you know,
I think I don't know one way or another, Stas, but you actually approached to a very interesting point, and I'd like to share with you because no, I know you are Christian, I'm Christian also, and but sometimes listening to all these guys, and it really doesn't matter which one, Europeans, Trump, Americans, it sounds like not like a real policy approach, but like prayer. These people, every time I want them to say Amen, Amen in the end, because it has nothing to do with reality. Every time it was kind of stupid approach,
but here's the
God, but yes, we will do, we will have, we will overcome, we will do. Listen, this is a kind of prayer. Yeah, nothing to do with real thing.
but here's the scary question. Whom are they praying to?
Definitely not to God. That's sure. This is prayer for devil and I mean literally even these guys, a lot of them, they really, they kind of apologists of all this stuff. Yes, and definitely not to the God, not to the Jews God, because this is exactly. Or maybe it was kind of prayer for the death. Maybe
Yeah.
that's the point. Maybe they don't understand it yet. They think that they're trying to create something, but it's nothing because this is without future. These people so
Yeah.
far from God, it's not even discussable. I think right now, because it's look what's going on. Yes, we have Catholic president Biden, who supported all kind of perverts, all of them, who actually
Um,
were, in the Bible list, to eliminate, he supported all of them, So
well,
that's
you've heard of the diaries that his daughter left behind, right?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. He loved. No, I even don't want to talk about this family because this is kind of criminals. And now we heard this. Now it's under investigation for people from Biden administration. They were using auto pen to sign all kind of stuff,
Yeah.
executive orders and pardons. So Biden even didn't know whom he pardoned and what kind of executive orders actually appeared in last weeks or month of his presidency. I mean, just they could declare war for us. No, no, I don't know. Congress could stop them, of course, But this is, something, could be done very stupid and no problem at all. It's like it's supposed to be. No, it's just it's mental issue. I think these people just are already mentally sick, absolutely, absolutely soulless, and unfortunately, we see it. Unfortunately, we see it in real life, and these people unfortunately do a lot of bad things. First of all, for their own people. First of all, for their
Yeah.
own people.
Yeah.
Look, this Baerbock. She's right now. She's going to the United Nations. This is the same acrobat saying that I don't care about German people, what they think. We're going to do what we have to do. We're going to help Ukraine, and then so far. And I don't care. That's how it works. They really don't care. We want them to care about us. They don't care about their own people.
Oh
What
yeah.
could we expect from this? This is the monsters, we are dealing right now. They're eating and killing their own children. It's like exactly like in wilderness. That's what's going on right now. It's they aliens, speaking. They don't belong to the human, from my point of view, because what they saying, the way they behave, Merz, he's doing exactly what could be done to start a war and for Germany to be destroyed. How many times already in the
Oh
history
yeah.
it's going to destroy again? I mean,
Yeah,
just
but this is gonna be the
guys,
final one.
don't. Yes, and my question is, don't you learn? I mean, just that's already. It's kind of boring already. It's kind of boring. I mean, second time we already liberate Berlin. Now with what? We're gonna do third time?
No, no,
Come
no, no,
on,
no, no, no,
guys.
Tawarish. We've done it three times. This is the fourth time.
This is fourth one. Which one I
Fred,
miss?
you missed
1760, 1945.
Catherine the Great,
Yes.
then Napoleon when he was retreating because Prussia was
We
on the side of
liberated Berlin.
Napoleon after
I
he
see.
beat them.
Yeah, it was during
And
Yelizaveta,
yes,
1760,
no,
if I'm not mistaken.
17,
Rumyantsev, yes.
1760, yeah. And
Yes,
then
yes.
no, it was Elizaveta. No, it was
Yelizaveta,
Ekaterina.
because Ekaterina, 1763. 1762, she started.
Yeah,
At that time, it was Elizabeth. No, she was already Kniginya. She was actually the princess,
and
but
then
it was under
1945,
Elizabeth.
and then
1940.
1945.
Yes, 1812. No, yeah. Hey, listen, 1812. We liberated all of them. Uh,
Yeah, we even liberated Paris, whether they wanted to be liberated or not. They got liberated.
Absolutely, yes. And then we got the thank you from them
Ah,
during Crimea War. Just 30 years, 30 years after,
well,
French
look,
betrayed.
I'll say this: Crimean War, and then the American Civil War. Because of the Crimean War, we sided with the North, which is the probably the biggest mistake we could have made in the last 200 years, because that allowed the North to conquer the South. And look at and speaking of eating their own, I've got friends up in Appalachia. I mean, I lived in North Carolina for half my life. I got friends up in Appalachia. Appalachia is devastated. Thousands of people died. The government doesn't recognize it. The people are in poverty, living in trailers, watching their houses rot. Nothing, friggin' nothing. And whatever little bit that FEMA was doing, giving out that emergency services, American Emergency Service, for those that don't know what FEMA means, uh, giving out at least a little bit of money here and there. Trump came along, said FEMA's doing a crap job, and they are, so he got rid of them. But he didn't replace them with anything. He let the people
Yeah,
bitch and moan at a conference that their insurance policy screwed them, and that's it. And he left.
yeah.
And they can all go rot in hell for all he cares.
I can imagine because I remember America from 90s, even then traveling a lot. And I drove from New York to Miami to New Orleans to California up to Seattle and back. So and I saw these trailers park. And at that time it was kind of fun. It was kind of, but it was definitely poverty. I mean, just I
Oh
never
yeah.
saw poor American at that time. Comparing with Russia of 90s, of course it was kind of surprise for me. But I saw it already. I saw hungry Americans there. It
Oh yeah.
it, it 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 was reality. Yes, I can imagine what's going on now because I remember in my time it was 90 cents per gallon for gasoline. In my time it was everything was cheap. In my time it was the dozen of eggs was like 79 cents and so far and that time it was listen that time Lincoln Tunnel to New York it was $4 to enter New York. Now it's like 15, I think, something
Ooh,
like this.
seriously.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, yeah, toll pay. Yes, so this one. So the point
Why
is,
would you want
and
to enter New York?
job. I used to work. You
No,
remember?
no. I mean, outside of that, why would anybody want to enter New York? I mean, you drive around New York.
No, 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 no. You're absolutely no, Stas. You're absolutely right because it was only first time. I used to live in New Jersey, and for me it was just fun because every time going there, I took my family. I had something to do for several hours, and they were spending time there, just visiting places, sightseeing because it was new for us. But after a couple 3 years, yeah, sure, it was commuter trains through Hoboken or direct from East Brunswick, where I used to live, or by bus. I like it by bus because it was very nice, just directly to the 42nd Street.
Yeah.
And yes, yes, of course. That time I used public transportation mostly. Yes, it was good. At least at that time it was, and it was not expensive. It was $10 from East Brunswick. It's like 20 miles from New York, so it was okay, kind of, to pay for this,
Well,
and it was good.
still, that's not cheap. I mean, if you transfer it into today's money, that's 800 rubles
Yes,
for
yes, but
public
this it used to
transportation.
it used to be that time. Now, no, now it's $30. Forget
Ooh,
about this. No, 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 that's gone.
wow.
This
Two
was
and a
in
half
90s.
thousand rubles. Woo!
Yes, 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 yes.
You can take a
Forget about
taxi
this.
across Moscow twice for that
Listen,
amount
you
of
are not
money.
surprised that gasoline prices right now 3, 4 times more since 90s. Why are you surprised about toll money? It's the same
Exactly.
thing. Inflation. It's everything what's going on there. You know, it's uh, it's the
And
same process. It's never cheaper. It's always
yeah,
more
yeah, yeah.
expensive.
Prices only
Always
go in
more.
one direction. Salaries don't,
Absolutely.
but prices do.
Oh yeah, that's for
Yeah.
sure. Yes. So
And for all
that's how
that,
it's going on.
so what do you think? Do you think Trump has any idea what's going on?
I think right now, from my point of view, actually, I also expressed this in my opinion. I think Trump actually he's kind of trying to reach Putin and us, saying, "Listen, guys, I hate this circus by the name Ukraine. Just finish it.
We should
Just
just finish it.
finish it. Just finish it one way or another. Do whatever you think. Just don't use nuclear bomb, but just finish this guy. Because I'm sick and tired from them. Look what's going on, Stas. Why I'm thinking this way. Now you know what's going on in Senate and Congress. They got already
Oh
more
yeah.
than 80 senators and congressmen to support this anti-Russian bill with sanctions and with all this stuff, you know.
The
So this
American
is kind of
suicide bill.
absolutely no. It's okay. Just it's how they say. Okay, this is your funeral. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yes, but my point is right now they kind of blackmailing Trump, saying, "Look, we already got a bipartisan decision here. 80 senators. It's more than more than enough. Also, a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
Republicans there, like Mullin from Oklahoma and other neocons. They also support this one, but Trump doesn't support it. He said, "No, I'm not sure. I'm going to see. Let me think about this." Yes, I don't know. Even he doesn't want to be under pressure, and we know that he really hates this stuff like this to work under pressure. Or maybe he's waiting, just saying, "Vladimir, just finish it," because after that I can say, "Okay, guys, case closed. No country, no government." It's. I think this is actually kind of a real situation right now. And let me make clear, it's not kind of fantastic situation. Maybe it sounds like this, but we have historical precedent, Caribbean crisis. You remember how Khrushchev and John Kennedy communicating directly without headquarters, without any support, and one way or another, they actually reached the deal. You're gonna like it, you may like it, you may not. This is another story. But actually, this was a situation where it also was, absolutely clear and present danger of the nuclear war. And these guys, even just talking directly through Robert Kennedy and Dobrinin ambassador, and I heard it from Ambassador Dobrinin. I met him in the end of the 90s. He was already retired. He was in New York in our embassy there and consulate, and he remembered this time. It was absolutely direct. Mikoyan was a little bit involved, but it was John Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, Dobrinin, and Khrushchev. Even Gromyko was not so much involved in this stuff. Yes, so maybe I hope this is kind of situation what we have now. I think that maybe that's why maybe Putin's so patient, because maybe he knows a little bit more than we know, which is not unusual. Yes,
Well, he's the
and
president. He should.
yes, 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 and I think all these rumors, and I hope it's not rumors, about our summer actually offensive operation. I hope it's not a rumor. I
Oh, I hope
hope
so
it's
too.
yes too. And this is actually we'll see, because we kind of have great expectations from the summertime, and I hope it will be already something. Something must be done. How you remember this the Quentin Tarantino movie To Kill Bill? We have
Yeah.
unfinished business. Yes. So we have unfinished business. Just for the sake of people from both sides, and I mean civilians, we must really finish with these Nazis there. We must destroy them. We did
Absolutely.
it for French people. We did it for German people.
Well,
Now we must do it for Ukrainians.
Napoleon wasn't a Nazi, but well, we are almost out of time. We've got less than a minute left. It flies. It flies really fast. So let's get you back on sooner than well, it's been a couple months. So there's so much to discuss. There's absolutely so much to discuss.
Absolutely, yes. And I'm really glad, Stas, to seeing you right now in our central TV program there. And I always looking for your expertise, because it's always different. When I see you, I know it will be some exclusive information from the field, not this from the coach potatoes, how we say,
Yeah.
but from the field, and this is very